Welcome to Well-Rounded. I'm your host, Tiffany Parker. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back, everybody. So happy you're here. Happy to be here myself, recording a little podcast episode in between lessons. This one's going to be another short and sweet one. You guys, the holidays are upon us. And if you count Halloween as part of those holidays, then it's been here for quite some time. I don't personally. It starts for me like end of October, pretty much on Halloween actually, because that's when I usually put my Christmas stuff up. And my schedule's a little bit nuts. So I don't know what the likelihood is that I'm going to be having guests for the next couple episodes. I know those are usually the most listened to episodes, even though they're longer. So I am trying to get some people for the next couple weeks and stuff, or to try and get a guest on as soon as I can. But the reality is it's just a little bit crazy for everyone, especially for me who has to do all of the work. The guest gets to just kind of show up and talk, which I love. But the editing process is nutsy poo. And we went over at BYU, we went over the schedule for the next couple weeks, and it is crazy. And I'm a little bit stressed about it. So I might just record episodes with just me the next couple weeks and just record them in advance while I can. But I'm going to try and have guests on as much as possible. It's just a little bit of a logistical issue getting people to set aside a couple hours in their day. And then it's several days worth of editing for me. If it was just audio, it would be easier. It'd be better. But it's not just audio because I'm doing video as well, and I'm doing all of that. Maybe eventually I will figure out how to streamline all of that stuff so it doesn't take me so dang long. But for the time being, your girl is doing it by herself. So anyways, apologize that there's going to be a dearth of guests, most likely. You never know. But yeah, it's just doing just me is a lot easier. It's just faster, and I can do it whenever is convenient for me. So I will try my best, but I make no promises. So we are going to talk about, I'm going to do a little bit of some love-hates because it's been a while since I've done those, and that's been on my mind. So first we'll start with the loves. I am loving Audible. It has taken me a very long time to get on the Audible train, and I'm not proud of that. Not really ashamed of it either, but I definitely could have gotten started sooner. I like it because there are a lot of self-help books that I want to read that are kind of like business related, because you know she's a businesswoman, that are business related, but also getting out of comfort zone kind of related. They're not really like how to be productive and how to schedule and be like organized. Like I already do all that stuff. A lot of self-help books like that are like, okay, I already do X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? But some of these that I want to read are more social related things. Like I just finished 92 Ways to Talk to Anyone, and so good, super helpful. Some of it was like, well, duh, but then other things it was like, oh, that makes sense. I wouldn't think about it in that way, but of course, the psychology makes sense of it. So that was a really good book. Right now, I'm listening to the book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And it's the F word with an asterisk for the U. And I am loving it a lot. I'll just give a little bit of, I'm halfway through it. I'm almost done with it. I'm a little over halfway. And it's pretty good, actually. If you are sensitive to F words or swearing in general, that's maybe not the book for you, but it's really good. And I can think of at least 10 people right now who should read this book. Some of my favorite takeaways from it, I'll just share a little bit, is that he starts off by talking about how the human experience is just suffering. And the difference is you have to decide which suffering you're willing to deal with and willing to put up with. And he's very crass. He's not PC. It can be a little intense, certain chapters of the books. I kind of like that personally, but he is like, it's about what things you're willing to suffer for and what things you're not willing to suffer for. And so lately I found myself this past week just being like, is that worth giving a crap about? And honestly, most of the things are not. And he's like, you got to decide what is worth giving an F about and what is not. And he's like, most things in life are not that serious. Most things in life are not worth giving a crap about, and all these things. And it's so good. And so I was worried about some things with my church calling this week. And I was like, is that worth my energy? And is that worth giving a crap about? And the answer was no. And I had 4 people show up. It was ward choir practice, which I'm the board choir director. And like 4 people showed up, and it was fun and it was frustrating, but not worth giving a crap about, not worth being stressed about. And so I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's really just kind of helped demystify a lot of things. It's helped clear my mind a lot. It's helped me keep perspective as well. So I just encourage you to give it a read. It's a good one. It's a good one. And I know, like I said, I know a lot of people who could use to read it. He talks about a lot of other things. Obviously, the chapter I'm on right now is talking about taking responsibility versus being obligated to do something, and how we are in control of our emotions. And he's not like, and we're not necessarily in control of what happens to us and things that are not necessarily our fault, but it is our responsibility how we react to them. And he shared some really interesting stories along with that. So it's a really good book, and a lot of things are not worth giving a crap about. And it just really helps take a weight off of the shoulders, actually. So anyways, loving that, loving Audible. I usually like reading only hard copy books because I like holding a physical book and I like being forced to focus on the one thing. But I have a harder time doing that with nonfiction books, like self-help books, whereas I can do that with a fantasy novel all day, every day, because those usually engage my attention a little bit more, and they don't usually have me thinking about my life and reevaluating my life. And so it's nice to listen to the self-help books I want to read while I'm getting ready for the day, while I'm driving, whatever, while I'm cleaning, and then read my fun books with a physical copy book at night when I am wanting to daydream and relax and be happy and blah, blah, blah. Not that self-help books don't make me happy, but they make me think about things. They make me want to be better. They make me, the ones that I'm listening to, I'm like wanting to implement regularly. So the wheels are turning, you know what I mean? So I'm loving Audible. It's a little bit expensive. I feel like it's pricier than it should be, but not my opinion. Or that is my opinion, but not my job. So anyways, next thing I'm loving are my holiday candles from Bath and Body Works. I know those are poison candles that have who knows what toxic ingredients, but here's the thing. Sometimes mental health is worth it. Okay, these candles, they're super potent. They're so good. They're so festive. Right now I have 'Tis the Season burning as we speak, and I just finished my Leaves one. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I'm not a huge fall girly, but dang, that Leaves candle smelled so dang good. I was like, do I need to go to Bath and Body Works and get another one? Just get the exact same candle. No, I don't, because I have 4 candles, and I found out that I had 2 'Tis the Seasons, one from last year, and then I bought another one again this year. So that's what's burning right now, and I'm loving it. It's bringing me joy. I put the lid on it so I'm not breathing in the smoke, because I think that's really the main toxic part of it. But you know, if I die smelling a Bath and Body Works candle, I will die with a smile on my face, and I'm okay with that. I can live with that. I am loving creating. My third love and last love is creating my little infographics on Canva. I've been posting them on my Instagram. Unfortunately, they don't get a ton of great traction on the socials, which is unfortunate because I think they're really cute and I think I'm really clever. But I love doing them. They are so fun to create. I think they're very aesthetically pleasing. I love putting my logo on it. I'm just having a blast creating those. The one I'm gonna release this week is sorting Harry Potter characters into voice parts. I'm so excited. I created it a long time ago because I had a spark of inspiration, and I just created all these Halloween related infographics, and I have an idea in my mind right now for another one, and it's just so fun. I love creating it on Canva. I love Canva. Whoever invented that was a freaking genius. And it's a lot of fun, and that's about as artsy fartsy as I get, and that's it. So I'm loving Canva, and I'm love creating those little infographics and getting that creativity flowing, because even though I'm an artist and stuff, I don't like a performing artist and a musician and stuff, I don't really consider myself to be super creative. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of an insecurity of mine, but I'm loving creating these little infographics. They're so fun and they're so cute. So anyways, those are my loves for the week. My hates, I've already talked about some of them. Car shopping, worst thing on the planet, especially in this economy. I kid you not, people are selling a Kia Optima with 100,000 miles on it for $15,000. Okay? That car is not worth $15,000. Okay? And even if it's a 2019, whatever, doesn't matter, not worth 15 grand. Okay? It's just, it's stupid. I have to resist the urge every time I go on Facebook Marketplace to roast people in their DMs, because I'm like, your car is not worth this much money. Are you actually insane? And I have a luxury vehicle right now. It's a luxury vehicle. It's not made anymore, but it's a 2017 Kia Cadenza. It doesn't have 100,000 miles on it. It's close. But it is worth more than what I'm going to get for it, most likely. And these Kia Optimas are not worth more than my luxury vehicle with all of the bells and whistles and the 6-cylinder engine and the 300 horsepower. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I want to rip people a new one in the comments, but you all should be proud of me for practicing restraint, because it's been some restraint. Speaking of that, it's going to lead into my next hate, which is not being asked out on dates. It is not that I really have time for dates anyways, but I would make time. But I was looking at this car, and the guy who was selling it, he was like really fun to talk to, and he was normal, and he's from Utah, because that's where I have my location set. And he clicked on my account and noticed some of my pictures and stuff, and we were just like chatting about that. And then he was trying to sell me his car, and I gave him like a pretty solid opening to ask me out. I'm not gonna buy his car. It's a branded car. Or not a branded, it's a rebuilt title, and I'm really not interested in a rebuilt title. It looks cool, but it has a 1-liter engine, which is really, really small, and going from a 3-liter engine to 1-liter engine is not great. It has a turbo, but even with the turbo, it doesn't even get up to 200 horsepower. And there are just some things that a girl cannot deal with. And a small engine on a car is just one of those things for me, okay? But I totally set him up to ask me out and just to meet, nothing crazy. Because we had a fun chat. And then even when I told him I was for sure not buying his car, he kept selling. He kept selling it. And it does look cool though. But then yeah, it just kind of fizzled out, and I was like, dang, I think I would have liked to go on a date with him. He was kind of cute, but I don't think men are asking women out very much anymore. So his loss. Anyways, that's frustrating. It's kind of annoying, because going back to the subtle art of not giving a crap, it's not that serious. Like, you know, I feel like dating is so stressful and so high stakes, and it just really shouldn't be, and it really isn't. And so like, it would have been nice to just get to know him a little better and talk about some of the things we talked about in our messages and stuff. But alas, he's probably not gonna ask me out, and I'll probably never see him. So love that. Let's see. My last hate last but not least, I hate not being on the beach. Kind of hating it. The temperature in Utah dropped like 40 degrees overnight and had to refill my tires. I did refill my tires, and one tire is still doesn't have enough pressure in it. So I have to go do that again, which is annoying. I have a little pressure pump in my car, so it's not that hard. It's just annoying. It's not that hard or inconvenient. I don't need to go anywhere, but it's annoying. Car things are annoying. And yeah, I really feel like I should be on the beach reading my fantasy books. And it vexes me every day that I'm not. So anyways, those are my love hates for the week, and probably will continue to be my love hates for a while, because these are all things I'm actively participating in at the moment. On to the main event. We're going to talk about Halloween song rankings. I know I'm kind of lame for Halloween time, but I figured we can at least be on theme. I love a good theme. So I've been listening to my Halloween playlist on my phone, and I was like, I think it'll be nice to just rank my top 10. Just rank my top 10 real quick and share my opinions. So here we go. I'm going to start at the bottom and then work our way up, and I'll share my opinions as we go, as I do. Number 10 for me, Dead or Alive, Bon Jovi. He talks about cowboys. You're a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride. Cowboys are one of the OG, I feel like, costume ideas, and Dead or Alive, zombies, it works. Maybe a stretch, maybe not. I actually don't think that's that much of a stretch, to be honest, but can never go wrong with Bon Jovi. You know what I'm saying? So Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi is my number 10. Great song. Just makes you feel some type of way, Number 9 is No Good Deed from Wicked. Duh. It's at number 9 because Wicked is a year-round musical for me, not just a Halloween one. I'm in the mood to listen to that often. And so I'm like, whereas most of the songs on this list, I only really want to listen to, they're only exciting to me around Halloween time. So I'm like, Wicked can kind of just is all the time, especially the movie's coming out in November. So but yeah, No Good Deed. I think that one's a great Halloween song because she's like casting a spell. She's like doing that Elikanamen. Yes, I have that memorized. And it's great. It's very witchy. It's also a little bit edgier. It's in a minor key. And it's a little bit like intense, and I feel like that's more appropriate for Halloween. It gives more Halloween vibes, whereas Defying Gravity, Wizard and I, Popular, those do not, I don't hear those and I think Halloween. I hear musical theater, greatest musical ever, things like that. So that's my number 9. Number 8, Evil Woman by ELO. This one is probably the biggest stretch, but I love Electric Light Orchestra. That's what ELO stands for. They are an older band. So if you haven't heard of them, you're probably my age. Because I think they were big before I was even alive. But I love but my father raised me well, and I love Electric Light Orchestra. I have a record, one of their records on my record wall, courtesy of Big Jim. That's my dad. And and it's just great. It's a heartbreak song, so it's not really Halloweenish at all, but it's really good. And if you haven't ever listened to any of their songs, you need to. Obviously, it's orchestra, so they have string instruments in there, and just rock music and string instruments. They just make me feel some type of way, and it's the best type of way. And it's so good. It's so good. And it's epic. It's epic. Your soul will be enriched by listening to ELO. I promise. Okay? Just go do it. Okay. Number 7, He's a Pirate. It's the theme from Pirates of the Caribbean. You know that one. I'm just going to sing all these. That's the episode. But yeah, you can't not have a theme from Pirates of the Caribbean at Halloween time. Okay? Who has not dressed up as a pirate for Halloween at some point? You know what I'm saying? If you haven't truly experienced Halloween, in my opinion. Male or female. Sexy pirate costumes go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So, such a great theme. One of these days I'll do a a bracket of the best movie score themes, because that one's at the top. But it's number 7 because, again, I like to listen to that all the way around. It's certainly Halloween vibes, but I like to listen to it all the time. And it's fun to play on the piano as well. Okay, number 6 is a song called Dark Lord Funk. If you have not heard this, it went viral when I was a student at BYU, and it was like a bunch of BYU kids kind of like put it together, made a whole music video. It's so good. It's crap, what's the Uptown Funk, I think is the original song. I forgot the name of the original song. Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. They've taken that melody and made it Harry Potter. And it's really, really good. The music video is hilarious and it's really well done. It is on my Halloween playlist and has earned a noble spot at number 6 on my top 10 Halloween song ranking. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go listen to it. I actually almost like it better than the original. It's so creative. And Harry Potter, of course, is a Halloween time franchise. Also, interestingly enough, Christmas time as well. I don't know how that worked, but yeah, Dark Lord Funk is what it's called. And it's number 6 and it's great. Number 5 is Thriller. I mean, that one just kind of speaks for itself. Fun fact, my freshman or sophomore year of college, I was in a contemporary dance class, and at Halloween time, our teacher taught us the original moves to Thriller, and then we did a flash mob in the middle of campus, and it was awesome. And so we're like walking, we set up speakers and stuff beforehand, and so we're just walking around in between classes per normal, and then we hear the music start, and we all just drop to the floor in the middle of Brigham Square, and then we kind of rise up all creepily. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I still remember all of that choreography. Fun fact. So Thriller's number 5. Number 4 is I Put a Spell on You, but only the Bette Midler original Hocus Pocus trio. I just tried finding it on Apple Music, and there are a bunch of other versions. I listened to the one that came up first, and it's like a cover, and it's not good. It's not good enough, and it's also not mixed well. When it gets to the chorus, I put a spell on you, now you're gone, so long. You could barely hear them. I was like, where are the other 2 parts? So it's not even mixed well in the post-production. So not good. Only Bette Midler's version. She's fabulous. Those other 2 actresses are also amazing. Sarah Jessica Parker and then the other lady who's also very famous. Only them. I listened to a couple of the other ones. I was like, nope, no one can sell it like Bette can. No. It's so good. But it's at number 4 because it's like not a full song. It's like a minute and a half. You know, and that scene in the movie is really, really short. And I'm like, why can't this be the movie? Why don't we make a whole musical surrounded by Bette Midler being fabulous? I don't see the problem with that. Someone do it. Also, have not seen Hocus Pocus 2 yet. Okay, number 3. The overture to Phantom of the Opera. You know the one. It's iconic. Brr, 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 brr. I sound just like an organ, don't I? I know. So good. Phantom of the Opera absolutely counts as a Halloween movie. Give me a break. Unfortunately, we only have the Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum Phantom of the Opera, which is a little bit sad, but there is like a 25th anniversary concert version, I think. I still haven't seen that, actually. It's on my watch list, but yeah. But still, the music though, Andy Webb's amazing. Okay, now we're getting into the meat. So Overture to Phantom of the Opera, number 3. Now we're on number 2, Monster Mash. Okay, that's one of those ones where it gets high in the rankings for Halloween songs because it is one of the quintessential Halloween songs. You know, like this song doesn't excite me outside of Halloween time. You know what I mean? But it's so good. And like anytime you listen to it, it's impossible not to smile, you know, especially because the guy singing, he's like, oh, spooky. And he's like, I was working in the lab. And it's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And then the harmonies of the mash, he did the monster mash. You know, it's like, I listen to that. And as soon as the music starts, I'm smiling. I can't help it. It's beyond my control. My facial muscles react independent of my mind. Okay, that's just how it is. Number one, of course, I'm sure you've guessed it. I'm sure you're right there with me. The Ghostbusters theme song. So good. I was going back and forth between Ghostbusters being number one and Monster Mash being number one. Here's the thing. I think the guy who sings the Ghostbusters song is Ray Parker Jr. Gorgeous voice. Gorgeous voice. Something, it's like got that little bit of like a smoky tone. Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Yeah, oh, so good. Movies suck. Hate the Ghostbuster movies. Haven't seen the new one. I am intrigued by the Chris Hemsworth one, but I heard that was kind of lame. But I do not like the Ghostbuster movies. I think they're weird. I think they're gross. And the plot is lacking, but that theme song slaps hard. And again, it's one of those where like, it's just, you have to listen to it at Halloween. There are rules that the universe dictates, and that is one of them. So I love that one the most, I think, just cause it kind of makes you want to just, you know, move and groove. And I love Ray Parker Jr.'s voice. It's so good. And it's kind of like a sexy, smoky kind of a sound. He's got like a little bit of a gravelly rasp there, but it like still sounds really, really resonant and beautiful, you know? Oh, so good. So Ghostbusters finishes us out at number one. And that's all I have. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. I will do one more Halloween related episode, probably, unless I can get a guest butt over here. But if not, I have a couple different ideas, so I'll decide what to do, but it's going to be another Halloween themed episode next week. If I can't get a guesty poo. But other than that, that's all I have. I hope everyone is feeling festive. I hope everyone's feeling safe and fun. I will be working on Halloween, so no fun plans for me, which I'm okay with. I don't have kids. If I had kids, I'd be going all out for Halloween. I also live in an apartment complex, so it's not a great like trick-or-treating thing, and like I said, I will not be home. So, and people have to climb all the way up to the 4th floor to get to my apartment. So, I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. I hope everyone is not giving a crap about the things that don't matter. Okay? It's not worth it. And your soul frees up a little bit when you don't give a crap about things that don't matter. So, love you all. Thank you so much for the support. I've gotten a lot of great comments from friends and stuff about all of the content I'm posting on social media. I'm actually surprised at how nice everyone's being, because I'm like, this is really dumb. Is this really helpful? You know, that crippling self-doubt just creeps on in, as it does. But they're like, you're doing great, like you're working hard and blah, blah, blah. So, and then my brother gave me some good tips for like search engine optimization and Google stuff. And so it's just now making the time for that. But I appreciate everyone's support. And I just love everyone who listens to this podcast. Please share it with your friends so that I can do a giveaway and you can get tons of free stuff. In this economy, who doesn't love free stuff? You know what I mean? I will see you guys next week for our last Halloween-related-esque episode. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Remember to tune in every Wednesday for Well-Rounded Wednesday. And please leave a rating and a review.